Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Tonight we're going to be making a lei actually for my fireplace. Now I have set out several different types of flowers and greenery for this. And to start this, I'm actually putting together these little styrofoam balls that I got over at Hobby Lobby. You can also get them at the dollar store. And I'm thinking you're going to probably get them at Target too. So what I'm doing with each one of these styrofoam balls is I have got like what is called a yarn needle, and I take that yarn needle and I've tried to tie the end of my rope to it and then pull that through each one of the styrofoam balls so I can kind of get it close together. At the end of it, what I do is I put a little loop that's actually around it, just so when I put it on my mantle, I can actually tie it from side to side if I choose to do, or I can just leave it as is. In between each of the balls, I had at that time I had decided to go ahead and take my glue gun and glue those together. Well, it wasn't holding my glue as well as I thought it would, so I kind of just gave up on that and just let those go, because for some reason it was melting. The glue was melting the styrofoam part of it, instead of putting it together. So I just decided to just kind of pull all of those together. Each ball, kind of pull each one of them up to the rope, and then I went ahead and just cut the end of it, and then I just went ahead and started going back through these balls again and adding more of them. So each one of these little styrofoam balls is going to have flowers in them. So it kind of makes it look like a really pretty lei. So what I'm doing now is just kind of going through each one of them and pushing it through from one side to the next. Like when we were kids and we used to get like the popcorn and the berries and then string it through like that with a needle. Well, that's basically what this is. Except I'm using a needle from, it's like just like a plastic one is what it is, with a larger eye at the bottom of it, or the top of it. And I'm just using that just to kind of push through. Now, getting closer to the middle part of these, I started using my tools to try to pull it through, just because it was getting a little bit harder. So now that I've got like several of these on here, I'm going to go ahead and tie my ends. So I've got one at one end and one at the other end. And like I said, that is just basically for if you are going to hang it up somewhere. So then you've got those little loops at the end. So once I go ahead and I tie my knot to it, I'm actually going to take each one of these and kind of push each of the balls down to the end there. I'm sorry about where my camera is at. It's not adjusted very well tonight. I probably am going to have to get myself some better camera equipment, so you guys can be able to see this a little bit better. So once I get it to a certain length, after that, then, I start to fill some of this with some different types of flowers and foliage. So now at this time, I start to pick out different flowers that I needed for fall. Some of these have like little white buds to them. And some of them are kind of like the fall pick too. When I was over at Hobby Lobby, they had a different selection. They had fall mixed in with spring. So I was kind of trying to pick out the ones that I knew that would actually kind of match my fireplace area. So as I go along here, I'm taking each one of these stems and I will cut the stems and then put each one of them into the styrofoam ball, kind of matching up that area with the whole part of the swag area. So at this time, I did go ahead and get some floral tape so I can actually wrap some of these flowers. I noticed that some of the flowers that I did get from Hobby Lobby aren't as high quality as they used to be. So I was sitting here thinking, I was like, you know what? A long time ago, I used to be able to make my own flowers. And then the feeling, like the texture of these, a lot of this is just made from like little plastic styrofoam balls. Then also it's more of like a flexible fabrics, things like that, to put a lot of this together. And the price that you pay for these is way, way expensive compared to what they used to be. And the quality isn't as high. So I knew that when I was picking these out, it wasn't going to be like the most expensive ones. Just because I knew that I was going to go ahead and I was going to change this up for Halloween too, because basically that's what this is going to be for anyways. Is changing up from the fall to the Halloween to right into Christmas. So this will lead me up to the next 6 months that we've got, for until the end of the year. So I'll be able to go ahead and pull some of these out and then re-put some things in for each season, which is a good thing because then you're actually saving money. Now, while I am doing each one of these, the texture of some of these flowers, like I said, is just not the best. It's the way they wrapped it. There is not a lot of wire with it. That's why I had to go ahead and use the floral tape with some of this. But with each one of them, what I'm doing is I am snapping off the ends of them with my cutters and placing them in different areas. Now, I noticed when I got like halfway down there, because I had set so many of the styrofoam balls on, together, that it was probably a little bit too much. So here in a minute, what I'm going to wind up doing is, because the lay is going to be a little bit too long, is I'm going to snap that end down there and then try to bunch all these flowers together. The color of the flowers were really pretty. It came out really nice. It's just I had put too many of the little styrofoam balls there. Now, which with each of these flowers that were kind of bundled together, what I did was I pulled off the sides and clipped them, and then kind of placed them in each one of the little styrofoam balls, to kind of make it just kind of look a little bit poofy and spread out. And but other than that, it started to look really, really good by the time I got it together. I was trying to keep my camera within view here so you can actually see what I'm doing with the actual flowers itself by pushing each one of them into the styrofoam. Some of them I had to hot glue, and some of them I was able to just push in, which is good because if I'm going to go ahead and switch them out anyways because of Halloween, that's going to help me out. Now, not all of those are going to be switched out, but some of them will be, and then they'll be used for probably next year or maybe a planter around the house or something like that. But at this time, what I'm doing is hot gluing a lot of these, the smaller ones, like the blue ones. Some of the blue ones had to be hot glued. The white ones did not really have to be hot glued. I can actually just go ahead and just push it in there just because I had that long, thick stem with the wire in the middle of it. So we're getting down to like the end of this where a lot of these are starting to get full. I am placing the flowers in different areas and stuff, and I did go ahead and just get rid of some of the ends just because it was too long. Now we've got some of the other foliage that we put in here, and I think that the fall foliage, the more of the creamier browns, look very, very pretty in there for the actual lay itself. It is a lot of work. It was more work than what I anticipated when I was thinking about this project. But will I do this project again? I don't know. But at least I've got all of this put together so I can go ahead and change them in and change them out. He told you.
Get out of the way. Or I'll run you over. Oh, shit.
See, I told you, die. I told you. Huh? What do you mean, your stomach?
No.
What?
You tore up.
What did he tear
Get
something?
out of the way.
Did he tear something up?
Yeah, he did.
Well, whatever it is, pick it up. I told you I ate pizza last night. Did you not listen? I said I told you I ate pizza last night. Did you not listen to me? So this did take me quite a while for this project and stuff, but I was able to fill up a lot of the space. Some of where you see that the white styrofoam balls are at, I'm not too worried about that because they have got to lay to the side anyways. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just trying to make a hole, and because some of the foliage would not go in, so I made a hole and then filled it up with hot glue and then added some more of my green foliage to the sides of it. So this is the end result to my floor lay. I think that I probably could have put a little bit more in there, but I put it in between my candles and I thought it was very pretty. I did have just a tiny bit of like pink in there, which was fine, but I think it came out beautiful. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for watching.